Well, today we got more of Japanese wrestling for all of you guys. This time we got Just Tap Out, Stardom, and DDT Pro Wrestling. So we're going to review, discuss, talk about all of that on this episode of Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up. 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 Get up, get up.
Hey everyone, welcome to Deleted Wrestle Zone. All things that is pro wrestling from AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, matches, wrestlers, and championships. I'm your host, J-Rod here. Now, before I begin reviewing these three Japanese wrestling shows from Just Tap Out, Stardom, and DDT, I want to give you guys some update that took place this past Saturday or Friday. If you guys been aware, Bailey was engaged to be married to Aaron Solo. Now, I mentioned Aaron Solo a few times on AEW. He's been on New Japan before, but the news just came around where, excuse me, where they called off the engagement. Now, it wasn't one or the other that said it, but Aaron Solo kind of explained this, saying that they both had different ideas of what their futures are, together. Now, you can say it would have worked because we have like Sean Spears and Peyton Royce. He's in AEW, she's in WWE. It has nothing to do with that. It's more like they had things planned out, but I think maybe they're what they hope for in the future together as a married couple may not have how do I say, something they wanted or something, stuff like that. But much whatever happened between them, they decided to be good friends. But however, whatever took place between them that made their decision to call off the engagement is between them. They want to keep that private. So, gonna be respectful for that, but at the same time, I want to give them the best of luck. I know they'll do good in their wrestling careers, but in their personal lives, that's up to them what they're gonna do. So let's start with Just Tap Out. All right, so we got Just Tap Out with their latest event called GTO Hatsu. Don't ask me when this one took place on the 15th of January 2021, which is this year in Corkin Hall. Really interesting matches. Now, keep in mind, I'm not familiarized with a lot of the wrestlers, but if they have some freelancers that I know of who bounce from one promotion next, I'm down. But the only person I've seen so far is the owner himself, Taka Michinoku. So let's get started with the first match. First match is a faction called GKO, consistent of Black Chango, Black Eagle, Black the Dragon, and BM, along with someone named BPM, taking on Cardell Ito, Yushi Valiant, Eagle Mask, and XL Valiant. Now, from what I can see in this, JKO, they seem like a very stable heel faction, you know what I mean? And the other guys, well, they're like guys who just unite, kind of like super friends, that type of thing. But it was a very interesting match. All of them were in mask, like it was hard to believe. But I did enjoy it. It was really fun. But however, it was the good guys who won on this one. All thanks to Mask Eagle, who picked up the victory. So him, Bell Ito, Yoshi Valiant, and X Valiant won the match. Now the next match is they call this the GTO girls rank match. Now this is the type of match where they rank how far they progressed in their wrestling careers. Now you can say, why would they do that? Well, that's how Taka Michinoku runs things in his promotion. It is his way how it's done, you know. So he had let's see, who did he had? Yuri, versus Samika Yamagawa. Now, I have seen Yuri before in the previous um, GTO event. I think that was last year, and it was a very. I think I'm not sure if she was the one who wrestled against Takumi Chinuku, or am I mistaken? But it was a very interesting match. But however, it was Yuri who won, so she kind of like uh make advances or something. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know how the ranking system works down there. Now, the next match is a 3-on-1 handicap women's match. First team we have Misa Kigura Rhythm and Tomaka Aniba taking on Black Art and Aki Shizuko. Now, Black R and Ika Shizuko are the heel faction on this one. Now, I asked myself, why in the hell that happened? Normally, I seen them in heels. Like, if you've seen, like, it's always the heels that got the better numbers. But not this time. Basically, it was more like, how do I say this? How do I put this? Well, I don't know, but it was a good match. But however, it was Rhythm who won the match by applying a really interesting submission. Now, I cannot describe how it is, but it was great that she put up a great victory. Now, I'm still a long way from enjoying Just Tap Out. I'm starting to get to know who they are and what they do, but we'll see what happens down the road. Now, the next match is for the independent world junior heavyweight title. Now, this title is currently what was held by Shota, who won it in a DT Pro Wrestling event, Ganbare. But this time he's facing GTO's wrestler Arata. Great match. I think it was one of the best ones. I didn't expect. Now, this particular title for all of you, it has no affiliation with any of the primary promotions. I mean, you can use it wherever you go, but it is sanctioned. I don't know exactly how it works. I don't know who officially owns the belt, but it has been used on various promotions. So don't ask me who runs it, but I will find out more about it if I can find the information I need. But however, it was Arata who won this match. Great match. Now the next match is a singles match. We have Ren Ayabe taking on Suji Ishikawa. This was also another good match. Basically, Ayabe is a very small dude, and Ishikawa, very big dude. You know how that rolls. David versus Goliath. But in this case, it was Goliath who actually won the match. So Ishikawa won it. He even showed Ayabe his some respect, knowing he did good. But I think deep down, Ayabe felt disappointed that he lost, that he could have won, but it didn't happen that way. Now, the next match, which is the main event, it was a 6-man tag team match. We got Tamura Ayato, Ruya Tekakura, and Eagle Mask taking on the newly crowned independent world junior heavyweight champion Arata, Kano, and Taka Michinoku. Now, the two guys who I noticed in this one, I have paid attention, Ayato and Takakura, they seem like the more dominant guy. Now, the Eagle Mask, he seems like, okay, I'm willing to follow you guys' lead. So, because they seem like a stable tag team, but however, their demonstration of dominance is one thing that stood out to me. They even tried to prevent the other team to help the other, and that's always been a smart play in every aspect in these type of matches. And it did help. It did help Hayato, Takakura, and Eagle Mask to win the match. But however, it seems that these guys has some interesting words to say to their boss, Takumi Chinuku. I don't know what they said, but it must be interesting, you know. So I think I'll end it right here with Just Tap Out and move on with Stardom. All right, so we got Stardom. This one is at Nippon Budokan Great Eve Festival. This took place on the 30th of January of this year. If you guys aren't familiarized with this venue, is a very small location. So, first match started out was a three-way match between Lady C, Natsuko Tora of Oditai, and of course Koki Gendef of Stars. Uh, I'm a fan of Koki Gendef, if you guys may or may not have noticed. Reason I like it, she's like this clown that does this all the time, and she's a real fun she goes, "Yay!" It's kind of a weird character, but at the same time, much like I did with Orange Cassidy, it kind of opened my eyes. A really fun character, especially the moment where she got into Lady C's face. And have you seen one of those movies where one person has you like this in the head, while the other's like trying to do this, trying to get you, but no luck? I thought that was hilarious. I mean, Goki Def is a good wrestler, fun, entertaining person. As for Natsuko Tora, she's the one person who's all heelish, is not impressed by people. Even if you win, she'll say, "You think that means something?" And Lady C, who is unaffiliated with any faction, she's hasn't won a match yet, but hopefully she will. I'm assuming she's coming out of the dojo. But Kogi and Def, really fun wrestler to watch. She won her three-way. Now the next match we have Stars, consistent of Ruka, Sayaida, and Starlight Kid, taking on Queen's Quest, Suya Kamitani, Azami, and Utami Hayashishida. So this is like one of those matches that has no story build up, but however, great 6-man tag team match. Of course, Queen Quest is one of those wrestlers that you know they're gonna win their match, but however, Queen's Quest always wins their matches. Next match, we have a one-on-one match. We have Saki Kashima with Natsuko Tora taking on her former friend and former member of Stars, and her former teammate when she was with Stars, Mayu Iwatani. Now, she showed up in an old gear she never uses. Now, if you guys don't know where I'm referring to, she was dressed up in a white outfit. All of Odotai's outfits are all black. It was weird. I don't know if Kashima was trying to taunt her, but however you were expecting in this type of match where Odetai is trying to win, they had it with Mayu Iwatani taking the attention. You see, reason is that it's because Mayu is the ace of Stardom. Now, you probably asked yourself, I thought Hiroshi Tanahashi's the ace. No. He's the ace of New Japan. Mayu Iwatani is the ace of Stardom. So you catch my drift? But it was a good match. Don't get me wrong. Despite the interference from Odetai, Mayu seems to pick up a victory as always. Never give up, no matter what Odetai has been trying to do. And that's one of those matches that you got to pay attention about Mayu, how great she is. She is a champion, and I think she might have held certain championships, but I'll look into that. Now, the next match we have is Cosmic Angels, Tam Nakano, Unagi Sayaka taking on DDM, or as we know them, Dalla Demondo, Micah, and Julia. Now, there seems like there's mounting tensions between DDM and Cosmic Angels. Now, Cosmic Angels started making headways when they won the Artists of Stardom championships and broke away from Stars. Julia, on the other hand, she's the one person who feels this is DDM's year, not Cosmic Angels. So she is trying to prevent Cosmic Angels trying to get the attention. So basically, Julia is more of the attention hogger, as you would. And that's always been her play. But however, it was Julia who won the match for her team. But however, it appears that there is now a feud between her and Tam Nakano. So basically, Tam Nakano wants to challenge Julia for the Wonder of Stardom title, or as they call it, the white belt. But however, in this particular thing, she said that she will take any stipulation in order to obtain the title. Now, Julia said she'll make up her mind. But however, one other person wants a piece of Julia for that title, and that person is Starlight Kid. So, however, Julia, well, she's the toughest wrestler within Stardom, because she's not afraid backing down from any fight. That's always been her gimmick, especially when it came with Natsuko Tora, who tried to choke her to death. But she accepted her challenge. But however, whatever stipulation she has with Tam Nakano, that is still up in the air. So we'll see what happens. Now, the next match is for the Goddesses of Stardom titles. These are the standard tag team championships between DDM's Natsupoi and Himeka, taking on Odatai members Bea Priestley and Konomi. Great match. Of course, you always expect Odatai's seconds trying to win, helping out. That's always been the case, and that always helped them, and they retained the titles in that position. However, Himeka found a loophole. Now, what you guys don't know, it was Bea Priestley who pinned Natsupoi. But however, Himeka told him, you may have won the match, but however, you didn't pin me. So she picked her partner for the next time. And that person was none other for her other teammate from DDM, Maika. So it was but Odatai, to them they felt like, okay, fine. You want this partner? I don't care. The results will be the same. We will win. They feel confident that they're going to win. So we'll get to that when that day comes. Now, the main event is for the CWA Undisputed World Women's Championship between Momo Watanabe and Suri. Man, another hard-hitting match. I'm like, I don't know what it is about this title that is so far different. It doesn't have any of the Stardom name, but it's so interesting. It feels like a never openweight title, in my opinion, but they don't call it that. But Momo Watanabe, she did a great job, but she was tough. But Suri was tougher, and she retained the title. But however, she's looking for someone to challenge for her title, and she picked Momo's teammate, Azami. But however, there is a problem. The event that she chose, and I forgot which one was it. Azami is putting her high-speed title on the line. So basically, she is up for 2 matches of 2 championships. And of course, Azami accepted the match, regardless. But she's not going to back down from a fight either. So I can't wait to see when that happens. I'll keep following on this one as soon as possible. So I'm going to end it with DDT Pro Wrestling. Okay, so I'm going to end it right here with DDT Pro Wrestling. This one is the New Year Dramatic Itabashi series on the 31st of January. First match, it was a triple threat match. Keigo Nakamura versus Tony Honda versus Tora Owashi. This is not your standard 3-way match that you see. There's a bit of a comedy when it comes to DDT. If you know this or not, Tony Honda does this. Like, poke the person's eye. But somehow, there was a moment where they used their head and deflected onto themselves. All 3 of them. But it was funny. But who won this little funny match? Well, it was Tora Owashi. But of course, Honda and Nakamura left together, all messed up. I mean, I love DDT's comedies. It's so funny. I love their matches. But don't get me wrong, they do take some of their matches very seriously. Now, next match, we have a six-man tag team match. We got Tori Kojima, Yosuke Okada, Chris Brooks taking on Damnation, Nobuhiro Shimatani, who I haven't seen for a while, Matt Polly, and Yuji Hino. Basically, I haven't seen this guy, Shimatani, for a while, but it's great to see it back. But once again, Damnation has always been the dominant force within Damnation. It's within DDT, they're like the dominant force. I mean, you got Yuji Hino and Mad Polly, two huge dudes. I mean, these guys could be the ones to win the tag team titles. I mean, don't get me wrong. But it was Damnation that won their match. Now, the next match, we have Danshuko Dino Harashima taking on Kazuki Harada and Akito. Now, there's a feud between both Dino and Hirata. This goes back in long ways. Basically, Hirata doesn't like how Dino acts or behaves, but taking this feud. Now, Shota was watching this from a distance. He got himself involved, but once again, he got his face in Dino's ass. Yes, in Dino's ass. You heard me right. But however, it appears once the match was over, in Dino and Hirashima's favor. I don't know what he said in Japanese, but sounds interesting. Looks like this feud between Hirata and Dino is far from over. Next match, we got Yuki Naya teaming up with Eruption member Kazusada Higuchi versus Shumna Katsumata and Yuki Ueno. Basically, this is like one of those David versus Goliath matches in tag teams. You got Naya and Higuchi, who are in fact huge dudes. That's like one of those things, but it ended in their favor, winning the match. I mean, come on. I mean, you may be a small guy while trying to win the match, but it doesn't work with these two guys, and they won their match. Next match, we got the other member of Eruption teaming up with Matsuki Watazabe, taking on Mao and Konose Takashi. What's his name? What's his name again? Sakaguchi. He is a very tough dude, a very skilled grappler or submission specialist. But however, that didn't work for him tonight. It kind of ended badly. But I don't know what to make of it. But however, Mao and what's his name? Takashi actually won. Now, I don't know if one of these guys will get a chance for the KOD tag team titles, but we'll see where that goes. Now, the main event, we have Junretsu, consistent of Hideki Okawatani, Makoto Owashi, and of course, Jun Akiyama, taking on Damnation, Soma Takao, Daisuke Sasaki, and Tetsu Ando. This was one of those hard-hitting matches. However, Damnation does not like the fact that Jun Akiyama actually is in DDT. You see, you look at him, a veteran from All Japan Pro Wrestling. What is he doing here? So they tried to take him out, but however, it was Jun Akiyama who pinned Endo in this and allowing him to challenge him for the KOD heavyweight title. Now, this is huge. I mean, this is a match I gotta see. So, I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm sorry I had to rush it. Basically, I got something being delivered right now. It's on its way. But there will be more episodes coming. I'll be reviewing Bloodsport 5 from Josh Barnett. And, of course, the Elimination Chamber. Now, I'm not too fond of Raw and SmackDown, but I'll go as we go. So, I must bid all of you adieu. So, goodbye. Mwah. And have a nice day. Bang!